Santham Academy. Welcome to Digital Kaksha. To get updates on new videos, click the subscribe button and the bell icon.
Good morning everyone. So here we are today to start with a new topic, that is pH. pH, the word means potenge. Potenge means power or strength. So with the pH we are going to calculate the strength of solution, that is power of H plus ion concentration. So we are going to calculate the power of H plus ion concentration in the given substance. It may be acid, it may be base. Now this pH is a universal indicator. In the previous class we have discussed so many indicators, litmus and turmeric and so many this phenolphthalein indicators we have discussed. So that indicators were only limited to the level, they were only telling us about that the substance is acid or a base, means they were telling about the nature, means they were telling us about the nature. Now here this pH is going to tell us the nature of the substance, as well as it is going to give us the strength, that how much the substance is acidic, how much the substance is basic. Okay, it is also going to tell us about that is it strongly acidic, is it weak acidic, strongly basic or weak basic. For that a pH scale is there. Okay, in the pH scale the range, the values ranges from 0 to 14. Okay, the value starts from 0 and ends till 14. If the pH value of a solution comes in the range of 0 to 6, that means the substance is acidic. Okay, if the value of that solution pH value comes as 7, that means the substance is neutral. If the pH value of the substance comes in between 8 to 14, that means the substance is having basic character. Okay, now here also when we move left side from 7, we can see that acidic strength increases, means if the value of pH comes as 6 or another substance pH value comes as 2, so we can say that the substance whose value pH value is 2 is highly acidic as compared to the substance having pH value 6. Similarly, from 8 to 14 the basic strength increases, means if the substance has a pH value 9 and another one has a pH value 13, so the substance with pH value 13 will be more basic. So for that I will take strong acid, strong base, weak acid and weak base, and we will find out the pH values of these substances. Okay, so let us begin with it. So here I am with a strong acid H2SO4, king of chemicals, and this is a pH indicator. It comes in two forms. This is liquid form and strips form, that is paper forms is also coming. Here you can see the color variations. So these color variations will show us the test that how much value it's coming. Okay, so let us do this. I am going to add few drops of pH in this acid and we are getting a pinkish or reddish color, red wine color we are getting. So if we are getting a red wine color, so in this range we can see that its pH is coming as 4. Now we are going to take NaOH as a strong base. So here I am with the strong base and this is pH. Let us add few drops of it. So by adding few drops we can see that violet color is coming over here and the violet color is coming in the range over here as 14. So the pH value of it is coming as 14. So if its value is coming as 14, that means basic strength increases, so it's the strongest base. Now let's move on to the third one, weak acid, acetic acid, CH3COOH. Okay, so here is acetic acid. And we are getting a orange color over here. So orange color comes in the range of 5.5. So its pH value is coming as 5.5. So if its pH value is 5.5, that means it is acidic but slight acidic. It's not that much strongly acidic. It's a weak acid. Now another one we are taking is a weak base, ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. So here NH4OH, we are getting a greenish color. Let's see the range of it in the color variations over here. So its range is coming as 8.5. So if it is 8.5, that means it is a base, but 8.5 here, that is weak base. Now at last I am going to take water. Let's check the pH of water. If you will take a pure water, distilled water, RO water, then the pH will come as 6. Okay, so here you can see the color variation. This is a pure water. So here we are getting the color variations over here as 6, pH value as 6. So now this pH scale on the bottle you have seen, the same I have drawn over here. The color variations are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. If the colors comes as orange, red or slightly yellow, that means it has acidic character. If the colors comes as blue, indigo, violet, that means in the range of blue colors, then the substance is basic. And if the color radiation comes as green, that means the substance is neutral. So this is pH scale which tells us about the acidic and basic character. Along with it, it tells us about how much strong the acid is, how much weak the acid is, how much strong the base is and how much weak the base is. After pH, let's move to the next topic, chemical properties of acids and bases. So now we are going to start with chemical reactions, chemical properties of acids and bases. So here is the first reaction, reaction of acid and base with metal. So the example is sulfuric acid H2SO4 is reacting with zinc. Zinc is a metal over here. So when acid reacts with metal, it forms ZnSO4, that is a salt, and a hydrogen gas is being liberated, H2 gas is being liberated. So when you will see this reaction, you will see that when you will do this reaction, you will see that the hydrogen gas comes in the form of bubbles. As hydrogen gas is lighter, so it will come up very soon from the solution, and you will see small bubbles are coming from the bottom to the top. Like you would have seen the bubbles coming when this fishes used to respire, used to take breath underwater. So you will see the bubbles of water coming up. In the same way, when hydrogen gas is being released, the bubbles will come up from the solution. Now next is NaOH, this is a base, is reacting with zinc, that is a metal. So when the base reacts with metal, again it is forming a salt, sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas is being liberated over here. So this is the reaction. So we can say in common that acid or a base, when reacts with metal, it forms salt and hydrogen gas is being liberated. Now how to check hydrogen gas, that hydrogen gas is being liberated? From the test tube from where the H2 gas is coming out, bring a burning matchstick near to the mouth of test tube. So when you will bring a burning matchstick near to the mouth of test tube, it will stop its fire and a pop sound will come. Like this, test tube will come, fire will come, and pop, the sound will come and the fire will extinguish. So that proves that the gas, H2 gas, has cut the supply of air and this fire is being shut down. Now second reaction is reaction of acid with metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates. Now metal carbonate, you know carbonate, in the last class we have studied CO3 minus 2. So if a metal will combine with CO3 minus 2, it forms metal carbonate. Similarly, metal bicarbonate. What is bicarbonate? Bicarbonate is HCO3 minus 1. So if a metal combines with it, it forms bicarbonate. I will tell you an example. Carbonate is CO3 minus 2. So here is the reaction. HCl, hydrochloric acid, is combining with sodium carbonate. Now here carbonate is having valency 2 and sodium has 1. So cross multiplication we are getting Na2CO3. So when acid is combining with carbonate, always remember, if you take carbonate or bicarbonate, then you will surely get CO2 gas, carbon dioxide gas. So when this bicarbonate or carbonate is reacting with acid, you are going to get what? Salt, water and CO2 gas will be liberated out. Now have you seen the liberation of CO2 gas anywhere? I know that everyone has seen this. You all would have seen the soft drink bottles. If you shake the bottles and open the cap of it, then you will see that the fizz sound comes and the liquid comes out. So that fizz sound and the gas which is coming along with the liquid, that is carbon dioxide, which comes as brisk effervescence. Effervescence means coming in the form of fizz. So that is brisk effervescence. So whenever acid combines with carbonate, it forms salt, water and carbon dioxide. Similarly, when acid combines with bicarbonate, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, it forms a salt, NaCl, water and CO2. How does the liberation happens? This CO3 gives CO2 gas. One O is left over here, okay. Sodium combines with chlorine, so NaCl. Now here hydrogen is left, here oxygen was left, so hydrogen, oxygen combine together and forms water. Now move ahead to the next one. So third reaction is reaction of acid with base. Reaction of acid with base, this is neutralization reaction. Now we know that this neutralization reaction we do in our daily life. If we have acidity in our stomach, then we used to have Digene tablet or we used to have soda. So what is soda? Is a base. What we have in stomach? Acidity. So when we take soda or ENO, that is a base. That base combines with the acid in the stomach and acid and base combines together. So what is the result? Let's see. So when acid, this HCl or whichever acid, combines with base, it forms salt and water. So that's why it is seen that directly after taking ENO or Digene, we get relaxed. Why? Because this reaction is very immediate and very fast. So here HCl is combined with NaOH. HCl is a strong acid and NaOH is a strong base. So when strong acid and strong base combine, although they are forming salt, but the salt is neutral salt, okay, and along with that water is being formed. But now I am going to tell you subparts of it, some more examples of it. In place of strong acid, we are again taking strong acid only, but in place of strong base, I am replacing strong base with weak base. So HCl is going to get react with now magnesium hydroxide, that is a weak base. So although acid is combining with base, so it will form salt, that is magnesium chloride and water. Okay, how do it form? Acid gives H plus ion and bases gives OH. So OH and H will form water. What is other than H over here? Cl. And what is other than OH over here? Mg. So Mg and Cl is going to combine to form a salt, MgCl2. So salt and water is being formed. Now strong acid and weak base was combined. So which has more influence? Strong acid has more influence. So since acidic strength is more in the combining mixture, so the salt formed will be acidic. Okay. Now next one. Now we will replace strong acid with weak acid. So let's take weak acid, acetic acid, CH3COOH, combining with strong base NaOH. Again this acid is going to give H plus so H plus will be moved out, okay, and this base is going to give OH, so Na will be left behind. So Na is going to get combined with CH3COO minus, and Na is going to get combined, so the product formed is CH3COONA. This is basic salt. Why? Because the base was strong, acid is weak, base was strong, the salt formed is basic salt, and we are getting OH and H will combine and we are getting water along with it. So now we have understood about the formation of salt when acid reacts with base. Now we have understood how many type of salts are there, acidic also, basic also, and neutral also. Let's move to the next type of reaction, that is reaction of acid with metal oxide. So acid, let us consider HCl over here. So when hydrochloric acid will combine with metal oxide, copper is a metal. So when hydrochloric acid is combining with copper oxide, we are getting a salt copper chloride plus H2O water. This is also a neutralization reaction, but I have written it separately to tell you about metal oxide. Metal oxides always act as bases. Okay, so again it is a neutralization reaction, acid combining with base to form salt and water. Next reaction is reaction of base with non-metal oxide. So non-metal oxide, let's for example calcium hydroxide, it's a base, plus carbon dioxide, it's an acid. So when base will combine with acid, it will form salt. So calcium will combine with calcium hydroxide, is combining with carbon dioxide, it forms calcium carbonate, it's a salt plus water. Now this reaction all of you have seen it live in your daily life, but you don't know where you have seen, or you don't recognize that this is the reaction. So let me tell you what is the reaction. See, we used to have whitewashing every 2 to 3 years. So in that whitewashing, we used to bring from market stone, limestone. What we used to bring? Limestone. So that limestone is calcium oxide. This is what we are bringing from market. After bringing it from market, we are dissolving that in water. So when this calcium oxide combines with water, it forms calcium hydroxide, that is lime water. Calcium hydroxide, that is lime water. Now this lime water we used to apply on the walls with the help of brush. So this water, lime water, we used to apply on the walls with the help of brush. Now when this lime water, when applied on the walls, it combines with CO2 which is present in air, and when you apply that white liquid, you will see that it's quite dull, but after a day you will see that a shiny white layer comes over there. What is that shiny layer? That lime water combined with CO2 of air, it forms calcium carbonate, that hard layer, white layer, calcium carbonate, also called as marble. And here we have seen that reaction, similar reaction. So the CO2 is acting as an acid, this calcium hydroxide is a base, and it forms a salt over here, calcium carbonate, which is also called as marble. So this is an example in our daily life. And that's all for the chemical properties. In the next video, I am going to come to you with the next topic, that is types of salt. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more.